Welcome back to another electrifying episode of the Underground Nation podcast. Tonight, we shine the spotlight on Soul Creek Revival, a powerhouse country band out of North Carolina blending grit, soul, and southern fire. With over 300 shows since 2021 and a debut album shaking up the scene, these road warriors bring raw storytelling and high-energy performances that hit straight to the heart. Buckle up, this is Soul Creek Revival, only on the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghosts, Bounce Ball Boogie. Let's dive in.
It smells right when you walk through. Like man, you know they surely see.
Ladies and gentlemen, outlaws and dreamers, welcome back to the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Tonight we're cranking up the amps and dusting off our boots because we got a band that's been setting fire to stages across the Carolinas and beyond. They blend country grit with southern soul, Americana storytelling, and that raw barroom energy that makes you feel like you lived every word of their songs. With over 300 shows under their belt since their debut in 2021, they've proven they're not just a band, they're a revival. So buckle in, Underground Nation family, because it's time to welcome to the stage, in the hot seat, the one and only Soul Creek Revival. Welcome, gentlemen, to the podcast. How are you?
What's up, Underground Nation?
What's happening, Underground Nation? Whoa, yeah.
Yes, welcome in, fellas. Thank you so much for taking some time from your busy schedule from performing all across the Carolinas to talk with us tonight. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. We wouldn't be anywhere else, my man.
Yeah, we're doing great tonight, man. It's such a beautiful night as the weather's cooled off now. It's a wonderful day.
Got some dogs on the grill over here. We're doing all right.
Yeah, man, grilling and chilling.
Oh my God! By the end of this, my stomach's gonna be yelling at you guys. Like, let me come over, man. Let me come over.
Come on now.
You know, I'm actually planning to go out to South Carolina early next year. Maybe I actually can come over.
Absolutely. Doors open.
You never know. We'd be lining that up. Probably be performing that same week. Who knows? Who knows? Well, guys, I'll let you guys individually introduce each other to our listeners, please.
Yeah, well, hey everybody, I'm Chase Slazer. I am the singer, one of the co-founders of Soul Creek Revival, and I've written a lot of the lyrics, and this is my best friend.
What's up, man? Michael Morris, a.k.a. Magic Mikey.
Oh, Magic Mikey.
Mikey.
That's the moves, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'm the lead guitar player. I sing some backup vocals, and I'm the man behind the music, and one of the co-founders also. So
yeah, my name's DJ Nelson. I'm the drummer in the band. I've been around for 8-9 months, something like that, hanging out.
Yeah,
playing
man.
some drums for these guys.
We
laying down the
him.
beats.
Yeah.
Recruited him and threw him to the wolves.
Hey, threw to the wolves and he survived. Story.
He's done good.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad the universe brought y'all together and brought me to speak with you guys tonight. It's all lining up in our favor, it seems like.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
So Chase, take us back, man. What moments pushed you from jamming to forming Soul Creek Revival?
Well, so funny enough, I had kind of been out on my own in 2009 and was doing a solo thing back in Richmond, Virginia, where I'm from.
Okay.
And was kind of bouncing around for a little while and ended up having babies and a marriage and starting out young. And so I ended up having to kind of just put the music aside for a little while and kind of got frustrated with my writing. Really just nothing was really lining up, and I just wasn't happy with where it was going. And so I just really knuckled down, got into work and got in my career, and played some stuff on the side, weddings and things like that. But it wasn't until I took a promotion and moved to Charlotte, and I had this application come across my desk. I manage maintenance and manufacturing facilities, and I had this application come across my desk, and this guy said, for a maintenance electrician, and he wasn't very experienced, but the thing that caught my eye said, toured 3 years on cruise ships as a professional musician.
Yeah.
And funny enough, we both don't work there, so I can say this now, but I was just like, he's not completely there, but I can get him there, and I like the music part. Let's bring him in.
Yeah, so the other part of that story, so he's the hiring manager. I'm in the interview, and he goes over the qualifications for the job, and he's like, Yeah. I think you'll be fine. So let's talk about this music thing on your resume.
Yeah.
Half the interview talking about music.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. So I ended up, so he got the job, and then we just kind of talked for a while, and then, COVID hit, and,
Man, what a time.
Mike, yeah, I know. And so we started talking about guitars, just playing a lot. And I was like, well, we ought to meet up, man, and just do an acoustic duo and just see where it goes. And we went and met up at his place, and we started jamming. And honestly, it was between that and then I'd gotten introduced to Sturgill Simpson in 2017, and I just started diving into his whole catalog.
Yeah.
So when he and I linked up, and I saw how this guy is just phenomenal on a guitar, man. If you've heard the lead riffs, he's just epic. And when we sat down together, and the first song we played was Honky Tonk Blues.
Yeah.
Hank Williams, Honky Tonk Blues. And we just I'm talking, just ripped it up for like 10 minutes. Like a 10-minute jam. And I was like, hey, we got something. And I started writing again, man. And
Nice.
it took off from there. And I'm like,
Elephants?
that's what happens when you live in the country, folks.
What was that?
That was a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
It sounded like an elephant for a second.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, that's ultimately how we got there, man. Just, a true friendship that kind of happened organically. And then I got to throw my man Sturgill Simpson a nod, because, he's the one that kind of made me feel like, hey, there's people out there making good music. And he just really inspired me, man. And I just put the pen to paper, and it wasn't long before we started. This guy, 2 weeks after we just met, he books a show.
No kidding.
3 weeks in.
Yeah, at a little noodle bar.
At an NC noodle bar for free,
Okay.
so that somebody would just open the door for us and let us jam. And we said, hey, if you like what you hear, you can pay us the next time. And so ours was a free one. And man, it took off from there.
First couple of shows we actually did for free, because we're a new band, and we're just like, hey, let us just come play for you. If you put us on the books.
Well, what was that experience like, and how did it shape your grind today?
Hey guys, so Soul Creek Revival here on September 20th at 6 p.m. We are having the inaugural Riverwalk Fall Jam, located at Riverwalk in Rock Hill, South Carolina. 2 other bands are playing starting at 2 o'clock. It's an all-day event. Bring your family, come out, bring your fun. It's no charge. Come on out and come check out our very first headlining event from 6 o'clock to 8, right on the Catawba River. You do not want to miss this.
Some old dive bar, a honky tonk scene. Old Sturgill's on the jukebox.
It was nerve-wracking, man. At least because, oddly enough, you think Charlotte, and when we first started out, like right at COVID, there was not a lot of bands that were established that people were booking. And after COVID, everybody's a little hesitant to really let new bands come in. And so we had to really just offer ourselves up free to open the door. And then so it became a proving ground. It became a proving ground pretty quickly, because we were just kind of like threw ourselves into the gauntlet. And, but ultimately, it came back around to like, we got tighter and tighter the more we played. And then we just kind of developed this synchronicity that we just really play off each other really well. And then it kind of really just became easier. And then it became really fun there in the beginning, because, once we came out with original material, there wasn't a lot of bands doing that. A lot of bands were just playing, classic rock and, the 90s alternative stuff. So it was kind of easy, to be honest, that we came out with just original material and just authentic kind of to ourselves. And, we've been known to throw some wild shows, man. We've had some instances, we'll say, but early on. But,
and, early on, as we started incorporating the originals into our sets, the feedback we'd get from a lot of people was, hey, I like you guys' originals a lot more than the covers. You guys should do more originals. So that's
more originals.
Fueled us, to start writing a lot more originals. And, fast forward now, our sets now are probably 70-80% original stuff.
Yeah.
We still do a couple of covers. But yeah.
So right around that time when you, Michael, and Chase decided we need to start writing more original material, is that when you started looking for a drummer and DJ got involved?
Yeah. So we originally started out with we had a drummer in the beginning, more like a percussionist, played the cajon and bongos. And then ultimately, about a year in, it just didn't work out. And you know how it goes. And so then
I get it.
Mikey and I went back to just the two of us, and we were just determined to keep this train on the tracks. And it really, man, and funny enough, like DJ actually heard us the first time, just the two of us.
Yeah, I've seen them play before, and I didn't know that they're a band in my neighborhood. I just seen them at the bar one time.
Yeah, and then and it's kind of it's funny how that shit comes back around, right? Like
3 years later.
Then 3 years later, we snag them up.
Wow. So DJ was already scoping you out before you even freaking knew there was an opportunity there.
Yeah, man.
So what did you have to do? Did you have to try out, or that's like?
This episode of Underground Nation is brought to you by our sponsors at Flawless Cleaning Professionals, Denver, Colorado. Dedicated to transforming homes and businesses, they deliver top-tier cleaning solutions, residential, deep cleans, office spaces, and even post-construction projects. With unmatched attention to detail and a commitment to quality, they'll leave your space sparkling whether it's weekly service or that big occasion. Message Ryan Chavez of Underground Nation today for a free quote and to schedule. That's Flawless Cleaning Professionals in Denver, Colorado.
Went to a bar just to eat a sandwich one day, and I didn't go to the bar for probably 6 months or something. And I bumped into someone, and they're like, "Hey, my friend needs a drummer in their band." And I was like, "Well, let me look them up." And I looked them up, and I saw that they're playing a lot of originals. I didn't want to be in a cover band, so I was kind of looking around to be in a band for a few years, and I was like, "Sure, I'll try it out." And then I grabbed my cajon and showed up for a show that they were playing one time, and kind of just set in for a show.
Yeah, just
no way. The first DJ ends on a live show.
Yeah, without even no rehearsals, nothing. He
It was
just
brave souls
and showed out. I mean,
it was first time playing all together.
I mean, he just fell right in the pocket.
And all honestly, and where we were, Ryan, we were like, hey, we need somebody that can dive right in, because we're playing 3 to 4 times a week sometimes, and and working full time. So we needed somebody, because Mike and I, our shows are our practice. You know what I mean? Like that's when we practice at the show.
I don't get to hear that very often now, fellas. I don't hear that very often.
Yeah.
Our rehearsal is our show is our practice.
Yeah,
we're just being ourselves, not rehearsed.
Yeah. We look at it like we get paid to move equipment around. Right, we're gonna play music regardless.
That's really cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of bands that get stuck in that rehearsal room for way too long, and y'all guys are just skipping that part and just saying, "Let's fucking go for it, balls out."
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. We've gotten really good at just winging it and going for it and just going with the flow. But we played together long enough that we were able to lock in with each other, because we've played enough and we can just go with the flow.
Now, the young lady that introduced me to your band, she was one of our talent scouts, and she brought to my attention, and tell me if this is true or not, but y'all did over 300 shows since 2021. Is that true?
That's true.
That is correct.
How do you keep that momentum without burning out?
Well, I think ultimately we know that, we've all individually taken a stab at the music scene early on. And, I'm 41, Mikey's.
I'm 41.
Hey,
I'm 40.
I know I don't look like it. I know.
No. But yeah, man, I just, we ultimately, we decided that, hey, we want to show our children, we want to show people that, you can focus on a career. Like it's never too late. You can
never too late.
You can come back, and if the music's good, if talent's good, or whatever it is you're passionate about, if the passion is there, if the effort is there, people are going to feel that.
Absolutely.
Our biggest thing is, I think you'll hear in our writing is just connecting with people, man. My favorite thing in the world is when somebody comes to us and it's like, dude, I love that song, man. We've seen people cry over certain songs, and it's just, man, there is no better feeling. So when you got people connecting with you like that, And we've been so blessed to play some killer shows like Sycamore Brewing. I think today, like that's still like one of my all-time favorite. Like we played the opening of Sycamore Brewing in Charlotte, and brother, let me tell you, it was 300 some people, like just a sea of heads from right in front of my microphone, all the way as far as you can see, and we just brought the house down. And man, it's just easy. It's easy when the momentum is there and people are showing up and they love your sound. It's like, it's like I'll play anywhere.
It's easy to play when you get positive feedback.
Yeah.
So are you starting to see similar faces coming back to these shows?
Oh,
You're tuned in to the Underground Nation podcast, and it's time to crank it up with Soul Creek Revival. These road warriors from the Carolinas bring Southern fire and raw storytelling straight to your speakers. Right now, we're about to drop one of their standouts. This is Clear.
Just sliding down the highway, leaving town my way. I ain't never thinking about looking or coming back. Paint me up on the canvas or let me go to waste. Can't you see? So damn torn, my intentions always change. Line me up like a barber, he'll throw me in the gas. Walk away while it's still hot, just come collect the ashes. Seems so simple when it hit me in the chest. I was never who I thought I was, even at my best. I was living fast, thinking slow, writing my own songs, cause the radio ain't gonna play what it is I wanna hear. When I'm struggling with just waking up, getting dressed, give a fussy and clear. Try to tell me all those high hopes, I'm just a rebel and a lost cause, living out on the road.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We see a lot of similar faces, and sometimes they're people that are telling us like, oh yeah, we seen you guys here, and we seen you guys over here, and we follow you guys on social media, and we're going to start coming to all your shows, and and then. Yeah, we do start seeing a lot of similar faces showing up and kind of following us around to the different places.
I know we dove in and started talking about the momentum that you guys are building together, that this feels like fate just brought y'all together at the right fucking time, and which is very rare when it comes to building and organizing a band. But can I ask you, the name Soul Creek Revival, I mean, the name itself has weight. What's the story behind it?
Man, that is a great question. So we were sitting jamming, and a lot of people don't know this, but our first band name was Fortunate Son. And so we ran with Fortunate Son, and then we found that there was other bands. There was like a multitude of other bands with that name. And some of that actually even recorded, I think. So
yeah.
So immediately we were like, okay, shit. Like people just started to know us, and we got to change our band name. But we figure like there's no better time than now before it really gets going. So, I think I'll say this. It is literally as simple as we both lived with a creek, grew up with a creek right behind our house and playing in the creeks. And so we kind of got to talking about that. And then the revival part came from Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I'll tell you why though. It came from that because of what Creedence did for music. Like when CCR came out, there was nobody like them. They had their own sound. Like when you hear a CCR song, you know who that is. when you hear Fogerty Light Up, you know who that is. And so the revival part was kind of an homage to what they were for music and what we wanted to do for country music.
Absolutely.
And
Very
the
cool.
soul just kind of, I think the soul just captures the passion, for it.
We really wanted to put the soul back into this kind of country music, the feeling, the emotion, the lyrics, and the storytelling, in a way that just grabs you by the soul and just brings you in.
Absolutely. Very cool. That's a very cool way to put together the band name. Piece
Thank you,
by
man.
piece. That's amazing.
We're just throwing darts at the
Lord
wall.
knows how many different iterations of that we were texting back and forth, like, how about this name, and how about this name, and this name, and then talking through it and all the stuff, and then it was kind of like once we finally hit that Soul Creek revival, it was that like both of us were just like,
Let's sell that. We can sell the fuck out of that.
Yeah, and truthfully, we may have used a band generator at one time, but Soul Creek Revival did not come from a band name generator.
Yeah. So
You
screw
just
your
say-
band name generators.
Yeah, to help us generate our own.
You mentioned, your songs range from heart-tugging ballads to rowdy anthems. What's your writing process like? Is it lyrics first, or does the groove lead the way?
Man, yeah. So I will say that it ebbs and flows. So most often, I'll start writing, and a lot of times it'll start like poetry. I was a big Edgar Allan Poe fan growing
Me
up.
too.
Yeah, and so and honestly, and full disclosure, I have ADHD like hell. So it took like our writers like Poe and Hemingway and others that like were just real colorful with their writing and real like used a lot of metaphors that was the only way I could retain. And so that's kind of how I started writing. And generally I'll kind of start with lyrics with an idea or just an experience or something like that. And I'll just start writing. I'll usually kind of come up with like a core set of chords or just like how I'm hearing it. And then I'll record it, and then quickly I'll go to Mikey, and he's the professor. He's the music major, the professor we call him. So, I'll just say, hey, here's what I'm hearing. And then now, like 5 years in, we're so like kind of lockstep that as soon as he sees the writing, he almost hears, because he knows my writing style. So he almost hears like where I'm going with the melody.
Yeah, he'll send me some lyrics, and I'll kind of read them through. And as I'm reading them, I'll hear the melody and the chords in my head as I'm reading them. And, and I'll sit down and pick out the chord changes and the melody. And then, I'll send it back to him, and he'll be like, yes, that's exactly what I was hearing in my head. Exactly what I was thinking. Then we'll just start putting it all together from there.
Absolutely. I mean, those elements has brought songs like Wreckless, which feels like both a warning and a confession. What personal experiences shaped that track?
So Wreckless, that song, I was kind of like, I was sitting there and I think my wife was watching like one of those like housewives shows or, some shit like that. And I was just thinking like, it was just so funny how everybody was just judging everybody and just like talking behind each other's backs. But when you see them all in their own houses on camera, they're all fucked up. It's just like, I was like, the irony of just, of all of us, man, just like being so quick to kind of pass judgment and criticize or even critique. But we're all a little screwed up. And so Reckless, that song was intended to just kind of paint and call out and almost like a smart ass way of just saying like, dude, like, don't waste your time. We're all a little screwed up. We're all a little reckless, but we're all blessed with the pain and the misery of life. It's a blessing. And, if we all just sat around and got high, we'd probably be a little better off.
Hey, well, come on down to Colorado, fellas. I can take care of you there.
And also note, we did spell it wrong on purpose.
Yes. So Reckless typically, obviously, is spelled with an R. And when I originally wrote Reckless, for some reason, I just wrote it W-R, Reckless. And Mike had actually called it out. And then I was like, well, shit, we've already recorded it. And like he said, we've already sent it off for copyright. And so we were looking, so we looked up Reckless spelled with a W, and it means life without wreck or without wreck, the physical aspect. And I was like, well, how ironic is that for the song that we're all a little screwed up? And the W means life without wreck. So the album name Wreckless was really intended to be that, like, the songs are kind of all the trials and tribulations that we went through to culminate, being on the back end Wreckless without Wreck.
That's very unique. So, man, the universe working through you all again. Just
Yeah, I don't know anybody else would pick that up if we didn't say that on this interview.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that would have flown over a lot of people's heads.
Experience the sound that's reviving Southern country with Unstoppable Energy Soul Creek Revival. From heartfelt ballads to rowdy anthems, this band has lit up over 300 shows since their debut, winning fans across the Carolinas and beyond. Don't just listen, become part of the movement. Visit their website, www.soulcreekrevival.com, which will lead you to find them on your favorite social media platform. Like, follow, and subscribe today to join their growing community and never miss a beat of the revival.
Some old dive bar, a honky tonk scene. Old Sturgill's on the jukebox.
Man, I'll tell you what, I went to Colorado, not Denver, one time, did just a quick visit, and I still tell people to this day, and this was like, I don't know, man, like 2011.
Okay.
And man, it was just like the first time I've ever been somewhere, and everywhere I walked, everybody was smiling. Like people were just, you could just tell, just genuinely happy to be there, man. I don't know. Had one of the best sandwiches, one of the best Cubans I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
It was a little sandwich shop right by the bridge where you're looking at the stadium, the Broncos stadium.
Yeah.
And then there's a little sandwich shop. It was right there on the corner, right beside that bridge that goes over towards the stadium. And
Gotcha.
man, just amazing spot. Yeah,
Like
that's my
Denver tonight, but still there or not.
Yeah.
But I do love that stadium. It's very fun to go see a Bronco game, and if you guys have never done that before, you definitely should, because it's an open coliseum.
Yeah.
And it gets lit.
Yeah.
They have the people jump out of the plane onto the field and all that cool stuff.
Nice.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Are you a Broncos fan?
I am.
All right. Okay.
True.
Okay. You happy with what they're doing this year?
No, absolutely. Haven't for a while. But I enjoy when people ask me, like, of course I'm a Broncos fan, but I'm really not deep into football and sports. Music is my sport, and now I'm more on the other side, on the marketing side. So it's almost like playing chess, but the bands are like my pawns and my kings of how I maneuver them and get them into the right places where they need to be.
I love that.
Sit right here and just.
I love that, man. That's I'm kind of the same way, man. Like my son is doing the fantasy league stuff now, and it's like, yeah, man, I couldn't tell you who is who.
Yeah, I don't know. I would start naming off names and their positions and
what's
their all-star of? Like, nope. I could do almost the same when it comes to musicians and bands and guitarists and singers. Like, you have your sports players, I got my musicians.
Yeah, and then for us right now, oh,
here we are.
Let there be light.
Bring the boys out the dark. Well, I'm glad
that
worked
on
out.
Your end, is that good?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, perfect.
Come on over, Mikey.
Perfect.
Stuff there for a second.
Yeah.
And on the Magic Mikey piece, there is actually a T-shirt floating around.
There is a Magic
really.
There is one T-shirt floating around.
Wow. And are you shirtless on this image?
He's not. He's just melting faces.
I'm just holding the guitar.
Magic Mike.
Just shredding.
What's a fun story behind the Magic Mikey? One of our good friends who comes out to see all of our shows actually had it made and showed up as a surprise one day, and he was wearing it.
Yeah.
So are you printing to make some more Magic Mikey shirts?
Yeah. He's selfish like that.
You definitely should, man. I mean, the more merch, the better.
That's right. Yeah, we do have some shirts. You can check it out on our website. We've got some shirts. And
what's the website?
It's soulcreekrevival.com.
Well, ain't that just easy? soulcreekrevivals.com.
Yeah. And Mikey came up with some really cool designs.
Some koozies and shirts and all kind of stuff.
Dang, watch out with the koozies.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll have to get your address. We got to send you something, man. We got to send you a care package.
Hey, I would love to have a care package from the Soul Creek Revival. Then I'll rock it on my live streams. Dare me?
Please do, man. Please do. We will send it.
I will do it. You hook me up for free shit, I will rock it. So I wanted to ask, which song on the debut album hits you the hardest when you play it live, and why?
It might be a different answer for each of us, but I would say for me, Whiskey's Gone. Whiskey's Gone is a song it's that song that I wrote in like 5 minutes.
No kidding.
And it was just, well, to say, it was one of those days where, you kind of, at some time when you make a mistake, sometimes you just need to hear it. You need to let somebody just give it to you, and you just need to take it on the chin, and you don't need somebody to butter you up and it's okay. It's like, no, I need to feel it. I fucked up, so I need to feel it.
Yeah.
And so that's that song, man. That song for me was that's exactly what it was. It was a day where I just made some poor choices that affected the family, and I was just in my room, and I was just thinking about it, and just feeling a little self-shame, and but then like healing through it with the song. And so by the end of the song, it takes a more positive turn. And so when we play that song, it's hard not to like be back in that space and like be connected to that feeling again.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you fellas write, do you write with fans in mind, or are you mainly writing for yourselves and just hoping people connect?
I would say a little bit of both. Yeah. I would say in the beginning it was for ourselves.
Yep.
In the beginning it was definitely like that debut album was for ourselves. But when you hear like the newer stuff, and the stuff that we're in the process of getting ready to record, we've got like 27 songs that are ready to lay down.
And definitely as we have started playing more of our originals for our fans and seeing which ones they respond more to, kind of steer us into which direction that we want to write and which direction to go in based off of the response we get from the crowds and certain original songs.
Yeah. Well, when I was doing my research on your band, I saw that fans say your shows feel like a conversation with old friends. How intentional? Awesome. How intentional is that connection?
Oh, it's very intentional. Because our whole intention is that I want you to forget about your bills. I want you to forget about your breakup. I just want you to clear your head and fucking get in line with us for 5 minutes. I want to take you out of your space and just create a space for you to just be free and relate. And I think it was Tyler Childers that he made a comment one time, and he said that that like songwriting, it should be thought provoking. And that really like stuck with me. And so like when we write, and like when I'm bouncing stuff off a mic or DJ, I'm like, is it relatable? Is it too personal? And so like we definitely intend to drag you in and just take you out of your mindset and your daily groove for a minute and just give you peace.
Absolutely. Well, that's incredible, man. I would love to just make the world stop moving for a second, just get lost in the sauce of the music, and all of a sudden, like, dude, it's over. We gotta go home.
Yeah. If we can get somebody lost in a song for at least 3 minutes, then we've done our jobs.
And I think a lot of that, the conversation piece, I think because we don't do set list. I think that's one thing that we don't do.
No set.
And honestly, I think I would recommend it to any band. Challenge yourself, because you go feel the crowd, man. The crowd will tell you what they want to hear next. And if you've got these songs in your head, what you play, and your original stuff, you let the crowd tell you. It's a lot of like,
how many bands can really fucking do that?
Yeah, and so we just wing it, man. It's just, and we have fun with it. So
I like playing that way too. Like at the end of a song, I'll look over to these guys and be like, "What are we doing next?" And they're like, "Oh,
what are we doing?"
But it's funny because he and I fought on that early on, with the set list and having knowing what we're going into. But the more I was, I was like, "Hey, let's just wing it. Let's feed off the crowd and let's make our set list as we go on the spot." And really just kind of watch the crowd, see what they're into, what they're vibing on. And that really determines what song we're going to play next.
Man, that is a first for me. I have never heard a band say that. No set list, wing it, look at each other, we're off.
Yeah.
That's very rare, whether you know it or not.
Playing the song and one of us and he'll start playing something, and I'm like, I don't even know what we're playing yet, but
And I'm
No, we're just writing material on stage.
Yeah.
I am very bad at throwing curveballs at these guys, and I love them for dealing with me because I'm a passionate player and singer, and so you definitely are not ever going to set a metronome to me, not on stage at least. And so this guy, the fact that he can handle, playing with such a dynamic rhythm player, but I think that creates the our groove, man. Like, it just creates our sound because, we will break off and, next thing you know, we sound like Grateful Dead up there doing a 10-minute long jam.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and I mean, if the crowd's vibing on it, then we're gonna keep it going and keep it jamming.
Absolutely. Keep it going until the lights go out, baby.
The feelings that you left me with has changed my point of view.
Underground Nation presents an opportunity you don't want to miss. Anthony Anthem is now booking. Need a soulful voice for your chorus? A powerful interlude? An unforgettable introduction? Or even a full verse? Anthony Anthem brings professionalism, quick turnaround, and a sound that captures pure emotion. Don't settle for less when you can elevate your project with a voice that truly connects. Work with Anthony Anthem today. Contact Ryan Chavez of the Underground Nation podcast for booking.
All the things you did just to make me break, trying to make me grip hate with the embrace. All you did was say your dinky's name only for your own sake, and now you're pissed that I'm wide awake. Now lay the way.
That's it. Yeah.
Do you guys feel more alive in the big festival setting or in the tight packed smoky bar room?
Ooh.
Definitely the big festival settings.
Yeah,
I think the larger the crowd, the more comfortable I feel on stage.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's just, I don't know, there's something about the energy of a larger crowd and a big festival. And
people are out there watching you.
yeah.
Well, I think too for the festival scene, people are there to hear you. Like at the bar scene, people are there to have a good Friday night. So they're not necessarily there to see you. So I feel like the bigger shows are a little more intentional. People are there to hear the music, and so it's a different energy. But we have had some damn rowdy bar nights.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, we've had some stuff. It's been fun, man. We've had some good nights, and Charlotte's been very good to us.
Yes,
Man, that's very good to hear. Do you guys feel the industry gives enough space to Southern rock leaning country band?
I don't want to say. I think there's a few that have paved the way, like Red Clay Strays, and a few others that are doing really good things. 49 Winchester. You got a lot of good bands that are really opening that door, and for somebody like us. So I think it is in development.
Yeah, it almost feels like, this type of music has turned to where it's coming back. Like you said, some of those guys that have paved the way, like your Tyler Childers and your Sturgill Simpsons and your, it's like the good old school style of country music is almost making a comeback.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It definitely is. It definitely.
And then with that, we just want to come in and just, almost bring like a singer-songwriter style to it. I think we're always going to lean towards the lyrics having just as much of a front row spot as the musicianship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that's also why, we find it hard when people pose the question, what genre of music do you guys play? And it's, sometimes it's kind of like, well,
I always have a problem.
sure, what specific genre you would call it, because some of our stuff leans a little more towards Southern rock, some leans a little more country.
We got a funky song.
Some's kind of funky, some leans a little more towards, maybe even some 90s rock inspired stuff,
Yeah.
But then you never know. We might break out a Dropkick Murphy song on you and then just, catch people off guard too. So.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard just saying that. Shit.
There is a video of us doing Shipping Off to Boston acoustically on a St. Patty's Day somewhere. I think it's on Facebook. But.
No kidding. That's really cool. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
So then as a band, I mean, making these show connections and getting out there, I'm sure that I'm sure on occasion you got the big no. What has been the biggest no that your band has faced, and how did you learn from it?
Ooh. Yeah.
You're rocking with the Underground Nation podcast, and the revival keeps rolling. Straight out of the Carolinas, it's Soul Creek Revival, the band that blends country soul with southern grit. Up next is one of their crowd favorites. This is Mona.
Hey Mona, I'd like you to stay around. There's no one like you who approves in this rusty whole town. I got $5 bills, knuckle days, still made the best Virginia moonshine. Here's to the past, and I figured you'd ask, so I'll give it to you straight this time. And it's one for the heroes, small town zeros, one for my hometown plains, one for that sneaky right hook that I took at that Burdendale home game, two for Murphy's Law, where good timing people all knew by my fucking first name, where I lost a few friends, down where Snake Road into fire, we fired up my life. Oh Mona, let's burn it up tonight. You're crafty, I suppose, and that's just the way it goes when you're living in that old fast lane. And where reckless people go, we give them a fucking show when they can't get back where they came. Only you should know, you really helped me grow. I know you can always leave again. And it's one for the heroes, small town zeros, one for my hometown plain, one for that sneaky right hook that I took at that Burdendale home game, two for Murphy's Law, where good timing people all knew by my fucking first name, where I lost a few friends, down where Snake Road into fire, fired up my life.
That's interesting. I'm going to say, I think one of the biggest no's that we got was I filled out some festival applications for the Field and Stream Music Fest that was just about to happen. And there was another one here in Carolina, I think Greenville. And I was pretty I thought I was pretty convincing. I was like, hey, look, we're a local band. People want to see a local band. It's a favor to you to bring a local band on stage. The crowd's going to love it, and we just got completely iced. Like nothing. It was so funny too, because here we are with all this momentum, right? We just played a festival, and we'll just say we had some really well positioned people that approached us about our music at this festival, and it was really some really good meetings that came from that. And so we got all this momentum, and I'm thinking, we're going to apply to this festival. They're going to see all of this, and we just got completely iced, not even a response. And so I think it was a good little gut check to be like, hey, don't let the momentum get to you, because you still got some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a girl in my head recently said she didn't like us too, and that kind of sucks to hear sometimes.
Yeah, actually, we had at a show, we had some people that came in late, and they'd already been out having fun. And
yeah.
No, man.
This lady, and then she walked to the bar and said, I need a beer. This band is terrible. They just don't sound like anybody else today. And then all, luckily, she did this in a bar that we play very frequently. And so all the locals just immediately jumped in, like, what are you talking about? And they had our back, and it was very sweet to hear. But yeah, you damn right. We don't sound like anybody else. We're not your new wave country, and we're not going to be, and that's fine. If it's bro country and pop, that's fine. I mean, that's for you. But you come to a Soul Creek show, you're gonna hear some Soul Creek revival music, and
That's right. Lane.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, what do you guys hope that fans feel after leaving a Soul Creek revival show?
I just hope that they look us up and are looking at our social media and checking us out.
Follow me, baby.
That's all I hope for, really. Or if they remember us and are like, hey, we need to come back and see this guys next time they're around. Or
I think, for me, what he and I often talk about is, we like to be in the outdoors, hunting fish and stuff like that. And we always refer to that as therapy.
Yeah.
Because there's, something that was said to me a long time ago, and it is you carry more weight into the woods than you carry out of the woods. And that really hit me deep. And I want people to feel the same way when they come to our shows. I want them to carry more weight to our shows than they carry away from our shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually have nothing to fucking say. I have no fucking comment after that, Mikey. That's pretty good.
You set the bar pretty high there, Mikey. So great answer. I wanted to ask from the business side, because when I hear touring and 300 plus shows, it doesn't sound very cheap. How do you balance the financial strain of the road with family and stability at home?
We fully fund everything ourselves. Every penny we make from the shows, tips, t-shirts, koozies, all of it, it goes right back into the band. And we just had to replace a bunch of gear. So
oh no.
Yeah, we just 4 or 5 years of hard playing. Speakers just we blew them out.
And I won't say any brand names, but we purchased a new column array, and after about a month in, the thing completely died on us. And luckily it was still covered under warranty, so we got a refund on it. But in the middle of a show, the thing just completely died.
In the middle of the show.
Yeah. Luckily we brought our old speakers with us, so we hustled them and hooked them up and finished the show out. So,
but yeah, it definitely gets hard. It gets limiting. We don't have a big budget, and we've been in contact with some producers out of Nashville and some local here in North Carolina, and it's great, but we also have to fund everything ourselves. So we are looking to get in there and record some new music, but again, with a limited budget. I think that's our biggest constraint is that, we can't really go as hard as we want at the moment. But hopefully things are really looking good and we're getting some attention and we're getting a lot of really positive supporting folks and energy coming our way. So who knows, man, it might be a different conversation here soon.
Yes, absolutely. I always tell bands, this day and age, having technology available to you with social media and all this, it's a great time for you to start thinking about building your own community with these fans that you're gathering from these shows, collecting their email addresses so you could get them to like a Patreon or some kind of subscription. Because think about it, if you had 5,100 diehards paying you $50 to $100 every month for those behind the scenes that of you recording, of you writing, of you filming in between gigs, going home, you know what I'm saying? That kind of behind the scenes reality life stuff is what people will pay for, especially when they love and enjoy the music that they go gig and dance to.
Absolutely, man. And you're spot on. And that's one thing that we've actually really taken an uptick in our social media is trying to and I think if you even go back and look, you'll see the early trend is just all music videos. And then here lately, it's no, we got to show people like us, behind the scenes, and so we've been trying to be a little better at getting some of those behind the scenes stuff. And you're spot on. That's definitely a direction we're looking at heading. And, we put some feelers out to get some consultations here soon. And try and get get a little deeper on the social media side, and like you said, the subscriptions and the newsletters, because we got a lot to share.
The underground never sleeps, and neither does the movement. The brand new issue of Underground Nation magazine is here packed front to back with exclusive artist interviews, raw stories, and the culture you can't find anywhere else. If you live for the underground, the music, the grind, the lifestyle, this magazine is for you. Don't wait. Don't sleep on it. Support the movement and grab your copy today at ugnstore.com. That's ugnstore.com. Get plugged into the underground and order your copy today.
Well, let me go ahead and just go and snip all those lines you threw out in the pond and just take the bait and be like, fuck all those guys. We will help you put together a real goddamn social media plan to get some real traction, goddamn it.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah,
You over here.
You know, with that, you know, the behind the scenes stuff, because I know a lot of the, you know, guitar players and artists that I, you know, like to watch. I love finding those videos where they're just, you know, hanging out in the living room, just shooting the shit and talking and just playing and goofing off and playing back and forth. And, you know, just that it makes them seem more real, like, you know, just real people as opposed to, you know, these celebrities that you see on TV. You know, that's the kind of stuff that people really enjoy.
Yep. Absolutely, they do. And they'll pay for it too. You just gotta give them the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. I mean, find us on Farmers Only, and
that's a whole other. That's like, opening up a door we shouldn't have opened. Close it. Mom and Daddy are in there. Well, guys, as a collective, where do you see Soul Creek Revival, say, in 5 years?
I definitely see us, you know, being on a much bigger tour. I think that we've got a lot of relatable material. And I think we are very proud of our songs. We stand behind them. We play them every weekend, multiple times in front of people, and we see the impact that they have. So I think in 5 years we'll definitely you'll see more. You'll see another album or two, and then we'll be back on Underground Nation talking about our very first interview.
Hey, whoop to that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you know, I kind of agree with Chase a little bit. You know, in 5 years, I definitely see us.
It's a lot of years.
You know, planning fewer shows, but much bigger shows.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired, boss.
You know, and not just in the Carolinas. You know, I see it from 5 years from now, branching out to other states and planning a lot bigger shows.
Absolutely.
When you play those bigger shows, you get to play with other bands. So you're meeting other bands that are in the same, doing the same thing as you. So you're meeting new people and stuff. So it exponentially you're meeting more people. It just grows fast once you start doing that.
And I will say this: our dream is to play Red Rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and call
it.
And then, yes, and I'm going to call it. And within 5 years, Soul Creek Revival will headline at Red Rocks.
Headline at Red Rocks, and I will be there covering that story. I'll be right there, getting all the behind the scenes with VIP to behind the stage. Look at me go.
Damn right.
You damn right.
Come on stage with us, man.
I will. Shoot, get the bouncing ball up in there.
You guys are the first ones to reach out to us to ask us about our story. You know, and that goes a long way with us, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You fellas are very welcome. You guys are making traction with or without us. We just want to be a part of the movement and help you elevate yourself because we see it. We see y'all peeking up out the underground. We just got to help elevate y'all now so you can fly.
Yes, we need to fly.
Well, Mikey was saying they're planning. A lot of bands don't do that. They don't have plan. They just go off a whim, go off good ideas, and when shit hits the fan, that's when they freak out, and that's normally when they get frustrated and eventually quit because there is no plan to pivot and what to do when those obstacles arise, and never really claimed, like you did, Chase, claimed on what the achievement and the destination really is.
Yeah, you know, you have to get into the mindset that when you envision something you want, there is no plan B. There's only plan A, and you do everything to make that work. And you know, you speak into existence.
Yeah. Absolutely. The plan itself will always adjust because life is going to keep throwing bullshit at you. But the plan itself will never change. The destination is still the destination. We're just going to tell you the journey of getting there.
It's like you know, I have a tattoo of a Viking compass, and the Viking compass symbolizes that no matter the journey or the destination, you will always be able to find your way, and you will not get lost, and you will always be able to find your destination.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, it was a great conversation tonight. Any shout outs, thank yous, or anything that we forgot to promote, please feel free to throw it out.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Crystal Slazer, who has always been my rock and supporter, and
Yeah, wife.
who's always put up with me playing and hey, listen to this song, listen to this song. So and she's been dubbed our momager for the band, and also our good friend Barrett Trapnell, who's always supported us and been at every show. He's the sole owner of the only Magic Mikey shirt, and then
I want one now. I want one.
all of the venues that have us that have helped us out and provided a platform for us in Charlotte, and just Charlotte in general, man. The whole community, everybody's just been really great at welcoming us and embracing us and getting into our sound and just making these three guys feel like, hey, there is a chance we can, take a pivot and make a career out of this and just make good music every day.
Absolutely.
My mom.
Yeah, mom.
Be my first drum kit. That's worth something.
Thank you, DJ's mom.
Yeah. My family too. If it wasn't for the support system that I have, I wouldn't be able to make this happen. So
Absolutely.
And my godfather Alan for getting me my very first guitar.
Yeah. Spark the flame inside his chest.
That's right.
Incredible. Well, fellas, you guys got our full support from this day going forward. The Underground Nation will love to help you push your message to the masses. Anytime you got new releases, new shows, please feel free to float them our way. We will be more than happy to share it on our social media.
Absolutely, brother. You've been great, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys are hella welcome. I appreciate you all for taking the time to speak with us and the Underground Nation family.
Underground Nation, thank you, guys.
thank you, Underground Nation.
Well, that was one hell of a ride, Underground Nation family, with revival, storytellers, road warriors, and a band that proves country music's heartbeat is still alive and kicking. If you vibe with tonight's episode, do the right thing. Follow, like, and subscribe to Soul Creek Revival, and visit soulcreekrevival.com so you can get linked to every platform that you can find their music on. And don't forget to keep digging deeper with us on the Underground Nation magazine and podcast. That's www.underground-nation.com, where the underground always rises. Until next time, it's your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie, signing off. Stay true, stay loud, and stay underground. Thank you, Soul Creek Revival.
Thank you, brother.
Sure.
Thank you, brother.
You've just experienced another unforgettable episode of the Underground Nation podcast. Want more? Head over to www.undergroundnation.com for exclusive content, features, and updates. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Soul Creek Revival on all social platforms and keep the revival alive. And don't forget you can purchase your copy of Underground Nation magazine today for only $14.99, shipped straight to your doorstep. Consider becoming a subscriber and never miss an issue. The Underground is waiting for you.